Hey everyone, it's Kathy.
And Paul here with Adulting,
We're here to help you navigate the crazy world of adulting.
because let's be real, it's a wild ride. We'll be dropping tips, sharing stories,
And maybe even spilling some embarrassing secrets along the way.
so get comfortable, grab your favorite drink, get ready to laugh, learn, and level up your adulting game. This is Adulting. Don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe, and share this podcast. Head over to adulting.com for more information and to submit questions for us about adulting.
And maybe even pick up some of our new merchandise. And if you know any fellow adults who need some guidance, send them our way.
Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to our humble little podcast named Adulting. We're here to help you navigate this sometimes curious, sometimes confusing, sometimes chaotic wild ride.
Here are some tips to set realistic life goals for 2026. By January of 2026, which we're in now, you're in the perfect pregame window to reflect and plan without the pressure of resolutions. Because, oh yeah, that was last week.
You already failed, didn't you?
I might have.
Me too.
I don't set resolutions.
Me neither.
I truly don't, because I did back in the day, back when I was younger. And by mid-January, I was saying, forget this and giving up.
I do set goals. Sometimes people say too much. I set them, ironically, right around New Year's. Not because they're resolutions, because that's just how my life cycle has worked itself out. I think it works fantastic because I come through the fall with time to reflect, do a final review during the holidays where I tend to have more time off, and set realistic goals. Let's break down that process a little bit. That first part for me usually I start turning that way around October and into November. Thanksgiving is the time where I do what I'll call a life audit. It's the foundation of my goals for the next period, or in my case, it's the next year. You can't plan where you're going if you don't know where you've been and you're not sure what areas of your life you want to work on. That life audit, figuring out where you are now, helps me, and hopefully it'll help you figure out where to set the most effective goals. Life areas include health, career, finance, relationship, and personal growth. I can talk for a very long time about these things. I use 8 areas of wellness. If you guys want more information, just drop an email or drop us a note or a comment, and I'll get back to you.
You can do a reflection. So for each area, ask yourself what worked in 2025 and what didn't work so well, what drained my energy, what wasn't helping me accomplish my goals.
Next would be to convert broad goals into vision statements. Write one sentence for each area describing your ideal state. Where do you want to be in 2026? And a good example would be, in 2026, my finances will feel automated and stress-free. Notice that's a general vision. That's not the goal statement. That's a general vision statement.
Right. So then break it down and decide where you want to be financially and what you need to do to get there, and break it down even to smaller increments. What do I have to do this week to hit the goal for this week? What will that take to get to the goal for this month? And so on and so forth.
I'll follow along with the finance. A good statement might be save $5,000 by December 31st, 2026 by automating $415 per month in transfers. And what that would give you is a solid emergency fund that gives you a peace of mind, and you'll start having your money earn money.
Or you could say, I want to get in shape. A smart goal would be run a 10K by June 30th using a 3-day or 3-day week training. Why? Why do you want to run a marathon by June 30th? You may want to run it so that you have more energy to keep up with your kids. You may want it so that you feel better physically and mentally. It may have been a lifelong goal that you want to achieve, and you can check it off your bucket list.
This in your career might look something like complete a project management certification by Q3. What this might do is help you qualify for a promotion or a higher salary. But notice all of these statements are measurable, and they have a deadline.
There's the rule of three. The biggest mistake in goal setting is trying to change everything at once. Pick three big rocks. These are your primary objectives for the year. Decide the three biggest things you want to accomplish that year, break them down into small steps, and start knocking them off.
For me, I have more than 3 goals in each area, but what I do is take the 3 primary ones and develop those into rock solid, scary SMART goals. When I keep saying SMART goals, what that stands for is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Those statements of my big 3 rocks, they're bulletproof. To give you a background on goals, when I was 17 years old, I wrote career goals and family goals and personal goals that I met pretty much every one in the time frame I wrote them on and what they were about. So it's no joke when I tell you goals make a huge, huge difference in your life. The other thing about these smaller goals, they form into habits when you take daily action on them. You can have smaller habit-based goals like read 10 pages a day, but only focus your deep intensity on those top 3. From your experience, is this something I'm living, that I'm doing, that I'm walking the walk?
Absolutely. But you're a little intense about it. So not everyone has to write their goals and check them every single day, daily or weekly, and make sure they're getting there, but they can set smaller steps and accomplish those things and feel good about it. And all those little habits become easy. They just become automatic, which helps you advance and get your goals accomplished.
One thing to do is to break down your bigger goals into 90-day sprints. In business, it's quarters. For you, it could be a 3-month period, however you want to phrase it. But in quarter 1, the build phase, researching, setting up systems, starting small. This is where I got to say, don't be a wuss. If it takes you 3 months to do your research, set up systems, and start small, you did this wrong. Goals should scare you a little bit. Goals should be something that's a reach. I'm not going to set a goal that I can reach the Roku remote in the friggin' living room. I might set a life goal of hiking the Appalachian Trail. There's a difference there. Quarter 2 is your momentum phase, which also coincides with spring. If you're doing this on the cycle I do it on, the weather breaks, you're starting to feel better, the days are getting longer, you can get more done. The third quarter, the review phase, which is July through September, checking progress, adjusting your goals as needed. That doesn't mean you give up on them, you adjust them. For example, if you set a goal to be at your ideal weight, and then you determine, oh, I will look ridiculously ill at that weight, you're going to want to adjust and pivot and make changes. And an example in my life, I, in 2026, plan on pivoting from body weight to body fat percentage. My goal was to get down to about 175, 180 pounds at my lowest. But I'm starting to see in the mirror that that's not really where I want to be. And it's not actually about body weight at all. It's about body fat. So my new goal is going to be anywhere between 9 and 12% body fat. What I'm telling you is to get out there and get some. Quarter 4 is the finish phase. This is where you push hard, relentlessly, and make progress towards your finish line.
If you slacked off a little bit in the first 3 quarters, open your eyes, get your energy up, and finish your goal.
You don't fail unless you quit trying. That's very important to know.
And remember to build for low energy days. A realistic goal is one you can stick to even when you're tired. Use the if-then planning. If I'm too busy to go to the gym for an hour, then I'll do 10 minutes of stretching at home. This prevents the all or nothing mindset that kills most goals by February.
Sometimes your goal for the day may be as simple as get into the gym. If it's a fitness goal, for example, how many times was it that neither one of us wanted to go down there? Our gym's in our garage. Sometimes it's cold. Sometimes we've had a rough day. Sometimes we don't want to go. We push each other. We get in there, and then it's not so bad. A true pro tip would be the addition of a misogi challenge. Let me give you the background of what that is. That's a historically symbolic passage. Many societies use it as their passage from boyhood to manhood or from girl to woman. It's a crazy, scary challenge that defines your year. Just listen to a book on this very topic, and it can truly expand exponentially your comfort zone and what you know you can do. It's spelled MISOGI. Google it, look it up, do your own research, and set your own. It's a private challenge. It's not broadcast out there. It could be a marathon. It could be going to a public speaking event. It could be traveling alone to a new country. It should have a 50% chance of failure, and it should force you to focus on a beginner's mindset of growth. I'm going to add another rule because the author, and I should look up who it was, there were 2 rules. You had about a 50-50 shot of survival and that you couldn't die. Kind of agree with the second rule.
To set goals that are both easy to start and efficient to finish, you should move away from just writing a list and instead use a hybrid system that combines clarity with behavioral psychology. The most efficient method today is WHOOP plus micro-habit workflow. It bridges the gap between knowing what you want to do and actually doing it.
The WHOOP framework. This is the strategy. You're developing the strategy. You're going to have some fun with this. The W stands for wish. What is the one specific thing that you truly want to achieve? The O, outcome. What is the best result? How will you feel when you hit it? Take some time on this step, guys, girls, peoples.
The next O is for obstacle. What's the internal obstacle? Fear, laziness, distraction. What's stopping you? And P is for plan. If an obstacle does occur, then you will choose an action to overcome it.
It's very efficient. By identifying the obstacles up front, you preload your brain to handle setbacks, which prevents the all or nothing spiral when things get tough. We already discussed the all or nothing is what kind of defeats a New Year's resolution.
Phase 2 is the micro action rule. Most people fail because their goals are too heavy. Efficiency comes from lowering the activation energy required to start. So like we said, shrink your goals. Put them into small steps. If your goal is to write a book, make each step write 50 words a day.
The 2-minute rule. It's important because when you set a new goal, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. This tricks your brain into starting before it has time to resist it.
Focus on process, not product. Instead of lose 10 pounds, which is a product, set a goal to walk 15 minutes every day after lunch. That's the process. You have 100% control over your process. You only have partial control over your product.
Control is a big thing to me. Would you say that?
I don't even need to have this conversation. The whole world knows if they know you.
That shift right there, focusing on process, not product, life changing. That's all I'm going to say. 100% agree. You can control the process. I can control my reaction to something, my response to something. I can't control the product.
Phase 3 is habit stacking. Like we said, those small habits, they will absolutely change your life. The most efficient way to ensure you actually do the work is to anchor the new goal to an existing habit. It removes the need for willpower.
The formula for this is after a current habit, you'll do a micro action. I'm just reading these notes, and all I got is this guy's a wuss. After I brush my teeth, I will do 5 push-ups. If that's all you can do, kudos to you. But I'm going to set that way higher.
Another example is after I pour my morning coffee, I'll read 2 pages of a book.
Well, is it large print or something? Why only 2 pages?
Because people are busy and they have to get stuff done.
People need to get some. They need to get on with life here.
They're also busy, and if they weren't doing any pages, starting by doing 2 pages a day is a great step.
It is a great 2 is better than 0 slightly by 1, 2 or you could do 10.
Example 3 is a work example. After I close my laptop for the day, I'll write down my top priority for tomorrow. Essentially, they're just telling you, be prepared. Your next day is easier if you're prepared for it.
Another huge habit there. Mine is photocopied right on the top of the sheet. My next day's top priority is to give Billy Baru Ajita.
That is true.
It's there every day. Love you, Billy. So some efficiency tips. What can we do to be more efficient? The rule of 3. Never have more than 3 major goals at once. Any more than that, your focus thins out until nothing gets done. You get stuck in analysis paralysis.
Visual cueing. If your goal is to go to the gym, put your shoes on top of your phone. If it's to drink more water, put a glass on your nightstand. Make the easy choice the most visible one.
Review your progress weekly. Spend 5 minutes every Sunday asking, what went well? What got in my way? Adjust the plan. Don't abandon the goal. I'm going to add a step here. Do that review daily. It doesn't take long. When you lay down in bed, think about what went well, what didn't go well, what can go better tomorrow. The other thing I'd like to add, when it comes to goals, a secret for me, I had to stop overthinking. If I break everything down into all the possible steps, I get overwhelmed very easily. Because if you think about going to the gym, you have to get up, get in your car, start the car. You need your keys, you need your wallet, you need your glasses, need your water, need. You need to get all these things together. Just break it into this. Go to the gym. That's from experience. It really gets overwhelming when you look at it as if all the micro steps are involved.
Now, truly, how do you set your goals and what percentage of your goals are successful?
Long term, the big 3,
Sure.
I'm going to say 100%.
How do you set them? How do you decide what are my 3 big goals for this year?
I use what's called the Wheel of Life. I take my 8 areas, I score them based on last year's events and where I am in life. I pick the lowest of the Wheel of Life based on those scores, pick my top 3 in that area, and they become the top 3. Now, I'll have 3 for each one of those areas. Of those 3 in each one of those areas, I hit darn close to 100% of every one every year.
So you have 24 big goals?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is a lot. But I've been doing this a long time.
Okay, so for all of you who haven't, maybe pick 3 big goals, break them down into steps that are achievable, and work on them each week, each month, until you succeed.
I review my long-form goals twice a month. I do a daily review, and I take action towards those top 3 in each area every day.
Okay, so what do you do if a goal you set is taking longer than you expected?
I adjust.
So you change your timeline or you step it up a little?
Depends on what the goal is and whether it's the process or the product. If I can control it by doing an extra couple reps or working out a little bit harder on the treadmill, then that's what I'll do. I always look to myself first because outside of me, I can't control it.
And what would you say to someone who set a goal, worked on it truly all year, and was unable to attain their final product?
Can I say it like I'd say it?
Mm-hmm.
Kudos to you, my friend. Now let's look at where you are and where you want to go. Some goals, although you miss the specific, I could set a goal that I want to weigh 80 pounds next year, we'll say. Now that's not realistic, but I could set it. And at the end of the year, I've only lost 50 pounds. I made progress. I would readjust, refocus, and re-engage. Thank you so much for listening. Again, if you want to reach out, we're available for, I'll call it a consultation. We'll interact with you both through our Facebook or through our website or comments. We're here. We're wishing you the best 2026 ever. Get your goals on and get after it. Thanks for listening.
Just remember, you've got this, adults. Keep your head up, your spirits high, and keep adulting with us. Go forth and conquer the world, or at least your to-do list.
And don't forget to like, follow, and or subscribe. Tell your friends, share the podcast, and head over to idulting.com for more information and to connect with us. See you on the next episode. Be safe.